Hello, you guys. How are you? Elaine here. Let me just make sure I'm recording. Okay. So yesterday, I posted in our business training group, like what would be the most helpful to get your business going and where do you feel the most stuck? And so most of you said closing sales. So I'm happy to share my takeaways of what I've learned these past 2.5 years. So that have no background in sales, no training in sales. I am a trained teacher, a teacher for 12 years. I just retired last year. Yay. But I've been in the industry for 2.5 years with another company, and my goodness, what I've learned is a ton. And what I've learned is it starts with me. And if you saw Megan's live video yesterday within the group, I really loved it and resonated with it because we cannot be comparing ourselves to each other. We need to give ourselves a break because everyone is at a different place with different experience levels, different knowledge, different comfort levels. So start right where you are. Do not compare yourself. Plug yourself in and start to learn. I'm telling everyone you need to at least dedicate 20 to 30 minutes a day to learn about either the HempWorks products or business, and 20 to 30 minutes a day developing yourself. So books or podcasts or plugging yourself into different self-development, because that is honestly where it starts. It starts with yourself and your energy that you bring to a conversation with someone. You can definitely tell someone's energy behind their social media, behind their messaging, behind their, their voice on a phone call. So number one, get real with yourself and get comfortable with yourself. I'm going to share my screen because I have a chart to show you. Share my screen. Okay, let's see. Hopefully you can see this, but really we are all just energy, and energy can be measured, and it is measured through different frequencies. And so I promise you this, 2.5 years ago, before I worked on myself, before I invested in personal coaching, I was down here in my frequencies. I was in guilt, shame, resentment, anger, fear, and this affects sales. If you are coming from a place of these stories in your head that I'm not good enough, that why would anyone buy from me? Of course, you're gonna struggle. If you're coming from a place of joy, enlightenment, acceptance, and a high vibrational energy, it comes across in your voice, your social media, your presence, your posture. So get real with yourself. Take a look at this chart and see where you are, because I know 2.5 years ago, I was not in a good place. I have stories in my head telling me I'm not good enough, telling me you can't do this. I promise you that's where I was. And I've worked on myself so much that now I'm in a different place. So it starts with your energy. It starts with you. And okay, what else do I want to show you? I have a list of things I wanted to talk about. So sales, I can stop my screen share. Sales is the number one paying profession. It just is. And network marketing, what better avenue? Low startup. You don't have to worry about shipping. The company is doing it all for us. Our job is to share, get the word out, word of mouth advertising. But sales is the highest paid profession. And so that's just the reality. So you can get paid for your skills, but it does take building your skills. So my cat is on my notes. So number one is your energy and develop yourself. Get real with the stories behind where you're coming from. Even before you reach out to people or post on social media, get real about how you're feeling. So number two is your attractor factor. So, and that has to do also with your energy and the stories that you're telling yourself. So honestly, I have worked on myself so much that I feel like in my posts and when I talk to someone, my communication style is knowing. I don't say I guess or I should or you need to try this. Like, I am not in the business of convincing anyone. I attract people, and you can too. And it is raising your attractor factor. It's changing the story in your head. It's learning the skills, the daily habits to lead to successes. So like I was saying about communication style, how are you speaking? Like for me at least, a lot of my business is going on through Facebook Messenger. And so the best way to approach Facebook Messenger is short and sweet and ask a question. So don't, copy and paste a mile-long message and just send it with your link, because that is very spammy. If someone reaches out to me and says, I've been seeing your posts, like, what's this all about? I say, something like, hey, great. Hey, thanks for reaching out. Like, we have been loving this CBD. Have you used CBD before? Like, I want to get a conversation going. I don't just spam with my link right away. And I also ask the question, would you like me to add you to our Facebook group? I ask, what health ailments are you looking to relieve through CBD? So I'm truly forming a relationship and want to know what they're looking for so that I can provide a solution. And some people right away are wanting to know about the business too. And so I ask them questions. Actually, while we're on the topic of questions, I'm going to screen share again, and I have some qualifying questions. Hopefully you can see this. Let's see, view, can I make it bigger? Okay, so here's some qualifying questions. I don't really use that one. So these were qualifying questions when I had my health and wellness business. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how committed are you to reaching your goals? What are your health goals? These would both work for HempWorks. What has you in the position that you're looking to change your health? Like, asking questions is amazing. It gets the conversation going. Don't be scared when they ask you a question. Questions are good. I had tons of questions at the beginning. If someone's asking you questions, it means they're researching. It's not criticizing you. And that's another thing before I get into all these qualifying questions. You cannot be attached to the outcome. You cannot say, if this person just orders, they're going to love it, and then they're going to be my rock star, and then my business is going to blow up. You cannot be attached to the outcome. When someone messages me, I present the information, I give it to them. I'm not attached. If they want to try it, amazing. If they want to look into the business, perfect. Let's do this together. I'm not attached. I don't have a story saying, she didn't order from me. She must, it must be me. I'm a failure again. Like, you cannot get in your head like that. And I know it takes work and practice, but practice not being attached to the outcome, not needing anyone, whether someone, enrolls with you or not. Cut off that story. It's their thing. Maybe it's not the right timing for them. Maybe, who knows? We can't control other people. So get out of the habit of being attached to the outcome. There are no rock star. Like, if someone joins my team and produces and then leaves, it's going to happen. That's the nature of the business. We move on and continue. So huge, huge, huge one. Do not be attached to the outcome. Whether you message someone and are just like, oh my gosh, I hope they message me back. Don't, because that is just setting yourself up for disappointment, and we don't want you to be disappointed. So I put myself out there, and if someone joins me, amazing. I love it, and I'll work with them. If someone doesn't, it's not their time, and that's my mindset. So back to questions. Are you ready to get something as simple as, like, if you've been going back and forth with someone with questions, with information, and they seem interested, like, have you asked the question, are you ready to get started? Right there. Are you ready to get started? When I use this in my health and wellness business, like, it works, because a lot of people have difficulty committing in our society. They have a difficulty making choices. And so if you ask them a question, are you ready to get started? It's a yes or no question. They might have a whole story. Well, I need to ask my mom, I need to ask my husband, I need to ask my dog. But asking questions is amazing, and this is called a trial close. Are you ready to change the quality of your health? How serious are you about that back pain, getting rid of it? How serious are you about having more energy and having better sleep? If they say, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, fine. End the conversation. Your time is valuable. Qualify people for your time. If someone is a 3 and says, oh, no, I'm not that interested, but maybe I'll try it. Like, say, okay, great. Get back with me when you learn more, your inner health group. Take a look at some of the posts and the testimonies and get back with me. I'm always here for you. But qualify your time. Your time is valuable, and you don't want to be in the business of convincing. You are not a nagger and checking in 21 times saying, have you looked at this? Oh, I thought of you for this. Don't do it. Hold your posture and be firm of, we have amazing products. There's information out there for them. If it's their time, amazing. You're there to help them. And if not, don't worry about it. Okay, let me look at my list. So my biggest things that I'm just reading from my list for sales is that it's the highest paid profession. You get compensated for the amount of work that you've done on yourself, for the amount of skills and habits and time that you put in. Your energy, so develop yourself. And if you have those negative stories and self-talk, work on it and acknowledge when you hear that and shove it to the side, because that's not going to help anything. Your communication style. Are you being brief? Are you using words of influence? Are you asking questions? Are you using words like should, might, I guess, I have to, I should do this? Like, all those are low vibrational words and not going to get you anywhere. So present information briefly, ask questions, and your communication style will continue to improve as you develop yourself. I cannot tell you, 2 years ago, I was like running on stories and ending my sentences with questions like, but I guess I didn't really, like I would just question myself. And through developing myself and putting the time and effort and money into that and into me, I've developed a better communication style and a more succinct communication style. Your attractor factor was on my list. The energy that you put out, you will attract back. And believe me, people can feel energy on social media. People can feel energy in your voice. People can feel energy in your messages. So if you are not coming from a good place, if you're coming from a place of anger and hate and shame and resentment, they're going to feel that. And that comes with working on yourself. I know we have the theme of work on yourself, but I promise you that's where it started with me. My shift happened when I dug deep into my own issues and took a look at why I was doing what I was doing and how I was self-sabotaging myself. And man, when I released all that, I was like a weight lifted off my shoulders, and I was able to connect with people. I was able to communicate. I was able to sell. But it comes from a place of goodness. It comes from a place of real. Like, I truly 100% love these products. I truly 100% want other people to have these products. And so people can feel that. And then the qualifying questions. Let's see what else. And it's a relationship business. So you're getting to know people, and you don't want to bombard people with every single one of these questions, but these are good ones to know. How serious about owning a business are you? Are you image or health conscious? That this image conscious might not be. Are you health conscious? Are you health conscious? I can upload these questions to our group. So this was, how serious are you about starting? So this was with my health and wellness company. This is my coach, Jeffrey Combs. He has changed my life. I coached one-on-one with him for about 2 years. He has a podcast every Tuesday, but this really resonates with me. Let go of the emotional addictions that keep me neurochemically addicted to a set of feelings that keep me feeling disappointed. I am no longer the mind-body connection to the events that shaped my addictions, identity, low self-esteem, guilt, shame, anger, hate, resentment, and overwhelmed feelings. I'm no longer the mind-body connection that shapes my identity, that keeps me disappointed, under-earning, underachieving, and over-obligating. I let go of my codependent tendencies and become independent, let go of my low self-esteem, develop healthy esteem, let go of the people who violated me, forgive myself and forgive others. I am a woman of influence and affluence, of significance, who can create and foster change. So this is like a mantra you could read every day, that you are committed to working on yourself, because I promise you, you might be thinking, Elaine, this has nothing to do with sales. What are you talking about? This has everything to do with sales. This has everything to do with you putting yourself out there in the world and projecting goodness and happiness and enlightenment and good things. And that is what attracts other people. You attract the energy that you put out. So if you are putting out negative energy, that's exactly what you're going to attract, whether it's on social media or in person or in your life in general. So those were the major things. Let's see, stop share. Those were the major points that I wanted to talk about with sales. And then also, I mean, yes, we want to sell, but we also want to be developing people and skills to develop other leaders to do what you do, because your business will grow when you teach other people how to do what you are doing. And so it's amazing to make those, those sales, those jumpstart commissions. But then you want to also take the time with your people to tell them that you are there for them, to help train them and give them the tools and the skills and the what they need, your time, to develop them into them attracting other people, because that's really where the power of the network happens. And I mean, my mission is to get other people to make a lot of money, because it's teamwork. Like, I played sports all throughout everything, my whole life. College, I was in lacrosse, and through high school I was soccer. So I'm all about like teamwork, but I have never experienced the amazing teamwork mentality and shift until network marketing. I think it's so fun that we can pick our business partners, that we can get to know strangers from across the country, like really good people, and collaborate with a common mission to help each other, to support each other, to create a full-time income. And whether you want a full-time income or are just looking to get your products paid for, get real with your goals. Like, set short-term goals. Like, what are you looking for? Are you looking to make an extra, are you just first looking to get your products paid for an extra $500 a month? And it does take time. This is not going to build itself. And it does take you and me. I don't feel like I'm perfect. This is what I've learned along the way. I'm continuing to develop my skills, and develop my attractor factor, and develop my confidence and self-esteem. And because that has everything to do with sales. So after you watch this, reach out with questions. I'm happy to continue this conversation. Let me know what you thought was valuable, what you have questions on, and hope you guys have an amazing day, and talk to you soon. Bye.